Yo, what the deal? This your man King Lewis. I live. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths. I just want to talk real quick, man. I'm up here talking to myself, preaching to myself, trying to get myself up and going. I've been living in Detroit all my life, and so I've seen the decline, even in my old neighborhood. That's all West McNichols and the West McNichols, Livernois area. Puritan, West McNichols, Linwood, Livernois, Hamilton. That's my old neighborhood, where I attended grade school 1 through 8, Jesu Catholic, Samuel Mumford High School, Wyoming, and West McNichols. Mary Grove College Preparatory Program. Things of that nature. So, that's the west side. And so I live on the northwest side, and I lived on the east side, deep east side, Midtown when I went to Wayne State University. So I've been living in Detroit. I'm a Detroiter. I always rep the D. And, I live in the area, behind me is considered somewhat of old money, right? Like, behind me going towards Southfield Freeway. And it's considered the Rosedale, Grandmont neighborhood community. Behind me. Now going in front of me, the block after you pass mine going towards downtown, going east is it's faced with some economic depression, decline due to, people leaving. People leave Detroit in the state of Michigan because they don't want to do automotive and the wages and management is low and terrible. So people leave Detroit, for better economic opportunity and better quality of life. Quality of life is the quality of homes and the quality of homes and the quality of life as far as police response and safety, public safety is concerned, right? So, I come out the house today, I gotta run an errand, and it's litter. That's one thing I hate. It's litter. Man. And so I got, I bought some, some of them reachers, some of them got the handle and you squeeze and they like 3 feet long and you can pick things up. So, I come out and clean up my yard. I do the pickup, even some things in the street that's not on my property. And so when the snow melts, you're going to see, things that's been buried under the snow. Okay, that's understandable. That's why they got, we got spring cleans where we clean our yards and we clean the streets and everything. But, I picked up some things Thursday. And so I come out today and somebody threw they food trash out in the middle of the street. They threw their food trash. And I'm like, wow. And so I got security installed and I got to check the video to see, who was doing that. That's ridiculous. I can't stand litter. It's litter all around the city of Detroit. Detroit would be a better place to live if the citizens and residents of Detroit and the city, the mayor and police enforce litter and trash being thrown on the streets, and the city done its part in cleaning up the trash on the major roadways. You see all that See all that trash? Now this is Southfield Freeway service drive. And this ain't nothing but trash. You know, some of this is the residents' fault, but if people don't live here, you know, if people don't live here, then, you know, they can't do nothing about the trash. And I done tried to holler at the mayor about it. And I'm, you know, this is a major, and the roads all messed up, and you know, you got the potholes down here. It's terrible. But look at all this trash, you know, under the bridge. And so this the 39 South, 39 South Service Drive, which is the Southfield Freeway. And that's the waste department right there, so they could have some trucks come out, and some people, you know, at least clean up the city roads, you know, and make the residents, homeowners, property owners responsible for trash pickup. That's litter and trash. It's ridiculous. It's like no one in power gives a care about the trash. And so I wanted to catch them people. And you know, before I come out the house, I was talking about having intelligence over emotion. You know, you got to use your intelligence over your emotion, because your emotions will lead you to a place you don't want to go. It's mentally and physically, you know, your emotions, if they are out of control, can lead you to harm yourself or lead yourself into getting harmed or incarcerated. So, you know, man, that's all I'm saying, man. You know, the city, man, somebody need to tap Mayor Mike Duggan on the shoulder and put his scary ass in his security car and take a drive through the city, through these hoods, and then send a cleanup team. You know, I mean, I traveled through Pennsylvania roads, and you know, one of their state mission statements is to keep Pennsylvania beautiful. Now, I can't speak about the inner city, but you know, the interstate pretty clean. And as far as Michigan is concerned, Grand Rapids, you know, last I was there, was a pretty clean city, even in the so-called hoods, in the so-called less economic income areas. The cities was clean. You know, the residential neighborhoods was clean from what I could see, far better than Detroit. You know, Grand Rapids is the second largest city in the state of Michigan. Detroit is the first largest city, with a population decline of about 500,600,000 people have took flight, have migrated, have left the city of Detroit for, you know, whatever reason. And so, you know, man, you know, it's you know, it's terrible. Yeah. So, you know, they need to do a better job, man. IceCoon punk ass. I wasn't gonna go here, but IceCoon punk ass, when the you know, and this is why I bang on him a little bit. You know, his punk ass come through here with his 3-on-3 basketball tournament, the Big Three. And you know, I've seen IceCoon in traffic, like I said before, and you know, like I heard, you know, he come through. You know, I think I seen him one day right on my corner in the passenger seat. I say, that look like Q, you know. Now I tell you, I used to be in the rap game, you know, the music business, trying to build some things, and you know, being independent in the industry. right? And independent. You know, without no money, it's hard to do. Today, it's easier, but it's still hard without money. You got a lot of platforms now. You could upload your content and sell your merchandise. You know, without a major parent company, you just gotta have, you know, close to major money, you know, to make, you know, that money be specific for your growth and development of your hip-hop company. See what I'm saying? But IceCoon punk ass come through my hood one day on the northwest side of the D. That's the Schoolcraft, Greenfield, Grand River area, Southfield Freeway area. I live in that box, right? Schoolcraft, Greenfield, Grand River, Southfield Freeway. You know, you can find me around there. And you know, and you know, it was summer, nearing fall, and I heard him say, you know, this the slums. You know, he called my neighborhood the slums. Nah, like I say, you know, after my block, you know, it get kind of rough, and the two houses across the street from me was vacant, and the house, you know, directly caught fire, so it was damaged, and you know, when nobody lived, and so when people don't live at homes, and the landlords, the property owners, not competent, knowledgeable to safeguard and maintain their property, you know, they gonna get run down. And so that's the situation. Now, you know, I got somebody fixing up the house across the street, and you know, people was cleaning out their house that, you know, they got burnt. And, you know, he riding through, and he say this, in my opinion, Detroit ain't never been the slums. You know, we got, you know, some hard-hit economic neighborhoods, but it ain't never been the slums. California, from what I understand, got a tent row, got a skid row where people live under the bridge and in alleys and tents. And he come all the way here and call Detroit the slums. Man, he got a lot of nerve, man. You know, the houses behind me range anywhere from 200 on up, 200 to 300, and if they need work, they can go for 90, 100, 75, and they worth 200, 300,000. And in Detroit, you know, that's a nice home for Detroit. You know, property value. In Detroit, it's different from a $200,000 house in California, which may not be nothing to some people, but in Detroit, $250,000 to get you a nice big home inside Detroit or out. See, so if you come from California where sales tax is high and property value are high because of the weather, then, you know, your money is going to be, your dollar isn't going to go as far as in other cities like states like Michigan and Georgia and the South, where you can get nice homes. You know, I seen a $4 million home, I think, in Beverly Hills. It was smaller than mine, but you know, the zip code, you know, help increase the value of your home. So, you know, just because it's 200,000, don't mean they not nice, quality, medium-sized to large homes. You know, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 2 family flats. You know, double top and bottom duplexes. You know, but yeah, he come through and, you know, call my neighborhood the slums. I don't know what IceCoon problem is. I ain't never done nothing to IceCoon. You know, I tried to pitched some things at Ice Cube back in the day just to see where he was at about, you know, helping other black writers and black startups, you know, get on, you know, and, you know, creating another company, you know, with his money. And Ice Cube's told me what I need another company for. I got one. And if my name can't, which is Cube Vision can't, then my money can't. I said, cool. So I understand what he's saying, but damn, if he putting that, and so my thing, so I you know, I left it alone. I didn't say nothing else about it. And, you know, his thing is, and so my thing is, okay, well, okay, your money came and Q, but, you know, if Q Vision coming out with product and you start another company with other people, you gonna make double your money. But this how, I couldn't find Ice Cube didn't complete high school neither. So, you know, he kind of slow on the mathematical money uptake. You know, he's still a little bitter about, you know, Jerry Heller and Easy, you know, running game on him where, you know, he didn't feel like he was getting his just pay, it's just royalties. So, which I ain't mad at him. That's his right to say no, to decline, to, you know, to feel that way. But, you know, this will level Ice Cube really on, you see what I'm saying? And then, and so, you know, he must have heard me and he come through just checking, you know, nosing around, I guess. He want to see what kind of car I'm driving out here. You know, my garage door was down. You know, I got a couple rides I done paid for, working on paying off and things of that nature. And, you know, I was on my way to work, so I had on some work clothes. And I wasn't flying. You know, he was in a white Escalade, and the Big Three was in town, and Ice Cube rolling real slow up on me. Nah, you know, like, dog, you tripping, you paranoid, you want to be a star. Ice Cube don't know you. Ice Cube know me. And if, you know, he deny, right, you know, put him on the polygraph, and you know, it'll clear some things up. You know, put him on the polygraph. So, you know, that's why I bang on Ice Cube, man. He talk a lot of shit, and, you know, he really on a lower level because he not educated. And I call him IceCoon sometimes based on the content that he put out. You know, Ice Cube say, you know, you got to make Hollywood comfortable with the, you know, with the content you want them to fund. Damn, nigga, you been in the business 30 years. You can't put some shit out without some other body's money. So, you know, and they've been pimp, man. That's pimp. When somebody like Ice Cube and Will Smith and Gay-Z, Fagavelli, all these big rap dudes and R&B singers been in the business going on 30 years, cannot put out their own music. Not a movie, not a doc. If they can't put out their own music, their own clothing line without somebody else's money, they have been pimped. These record companies got them to believe that you ain't gonna be nothing without them. You can't do it without them. You don't know what you're doing without them. So they have got in their head, and, you know, to believe that, you know, they ain't nothing without them. They're not gonna be a big success without them. You can't make it without them. That's pimping. When you believe, when you supposed to be this megastar, 30 years in the business, putting platinum hits, but you can't put out your own music nowadays on these simple to upload and understand websites, Spotify and Amazon and iTunes. You can't be independent that way. They've been pimped. You know, they get paid some money to go get fresh and clean up, do the interviews. That's pimping. And lead the rest to company, right? So yeah, man, Ice Cube, man, he ain't phasing me, man. Ice Cube, he got a song, you ain't got enough skill to kill, to deal with the king of the hill. That's some grade school child game, the king of the hill. When we in Detroit, when it snowed, we used to stand on them snow mounds at the snow plows and play king of the hill in grade school. You understand? And Gay-Z with that paper plane bull stuff. That's grade school, and they didn't make it out of grade school. They didn't make it out of high school or grade school. You see what I'm saying? So that's what level they on. This is their creativity with the paper plane clothing line and business level that they own. And both them dudes over 50 years old, and this is what they're giving us. You know what I'm saying? Are we done yet? And paper planes and shit. You see what I'm saying? And who knows what Ice-Coon coming with next, right? And so I was gonna say, and Ice Cube back, I say, he got the song, I might as well go ahead. We Be Clubbing, right? The Players Club theme song, right? We be clubbing. Everybody like when the girl shakes something. We be clubbing. That's the Players Club theme song. And was I a fan of Ice Cube? I never been a fan of Ice Cube, but they asked me, back in the day, 2005, 4, 6, who your top 5? Ice Cube was one of my top 5. I ain't gonna lie. Ice Cube, CL Smooth. Some other people, right? Facavelli, I don't think he made the list. He always gonna have an asterisk by his name because he is a rapist and a two-faced snake, betrayer, a great deceiver. So his body of work, don't mean shit, because that's not who he really is and what he really is about. He's an actor like Ice Cube. But people say Ice Cube lived in California, Hollywood, all this, and he grew up in Hollywood, California, and so this is what he really wanted to do. Being in California, artists naturally sometimes gradually transition into acting, and so people start to see now this what he wanted to do, but just ain't tell nobody, right? Starting in the NWA years, right? And I wasn't even gonna talk about these dudes today, but he talking just him thinking, my neighborhood where I live is the slums. It's ridiculous. I don't, And so he got a song, We Be Clubbing, the Players Club theme song. I like that movie. But he got a line in it. And when I put that, Ice Cube, selling, he done sold out. And he say, West Side hitting Harry Cock all night long. Get your club on. We be clubbing, right? He say, West Side hitting Harry Cock. And so back in hitting Harry Cock all night long. And so back in the day when I caught it, I tease him. I say, Cube, you don't know what the difference between cock and cunt is? I say, you ought to change that. And he said no, he don't never change it. Now when he say, so when you analyze these rap lyrics, right? He say so when you analyze, so he say West Side, and so that's the West Side Connection. That's him, Dub, and Mac 10, right? West Side Connection. Well, now they not on the song. I think Dub may be on the album somewhere, but he like West Side hitting Harry Cock all night long, hitting Harry Cock. So if we was to interpret that, right, and they in the club and they say West Side hitting. Now, people, man, Ice Cube ain't gay, dog. You reaching, you going, you trying to start some stuff. Not trying to start no stuff. This is, this is the level. This is the real level of Ice Cube. When he won't even correct it, Scary Gay Blige, Mary J. Blige, then got herself taken off Faith album. Faith, one of Faith's first, second album, when they singing, they remixed that song, Love Don't Live Here No More. Mary got herself taken off that album. And so now if you want to buy it, you're not going to hear Mary on it. I got the cassette and Mary, and so, but Mary want herself off that album for whatever reason. She another uneducated fool ass woman that's don't have all her senses, right? And once again, if just tell them I'm a multi-millionaire, right? And so tell them that I'm affecting their money so they can sue me for slander. And the only way I'm slandering them is if I'm lying on them. So I'm not slandering nobody. I ain't clout chasing. I'm defending mine. To these big celebrities, to y'all sleep people. Y'all should be disappointed that you got high school dropouts with no GED, very little 9th, 10th grade education, that has made millions the last 20, 30 years, have made millions of dollars, got a high-priced lifestyle, and they think this way of y'all because they ain't fucking with me because I'm over their head for real. So, this is what they think of y'all, people that's general, they fans, they so-called fan base, people that don't live around them, that ain't they fan, or, secretly, so, he say hitting Harry cock all night long. Now, he should have said West Side dancers gonna hit a Harry cock all night long, or West Side hoes hitting Harry cock all night long. West Side strippers hitting Harry cock. West Side strippers on the clean version. West Side strippers hitting Harry dong all night long. Get your club on. We be clubbing. But he said West Side hitting Harry cock. Now, if he talking about them, West Side, the niggas in the club, he should have been like West Side hitting Harry cunt all night long. We be clubbing, right? He say cock. West Side players hitting West Side players hitting funky cunt all night long. Get your club on. We be clubbing. So I clown about that, right? Like you don't know the difference between a cock and a cunt. Cock is male, cunt is female. Cock is a penis, a cunt is a vagina. See what I'm saying? So, once again, this is the level there ain't nothing rap slang deep about that. If he doing subliminal lines, right? Then that's gay. That's a gay statement. You know what I'm saying? And now, I put that on my IG. He was on the Howard Stern show talking about he suck. He was talking about filming Boys in the Hood. And he on Howard Stern talking about, when he first read for the role, he said, I sucked, Howard. I sucked terrible. I sucked. I really suck. Now, Ice Cube supposed to have a problem with Jewish people based on his experience with Jerry Heller, right? That's the NWA manager. Now, Howard Stern is Jewish, and he up there in this man office, in this man radio station, talking about how he sucked. See what I'm saying? I was like, and so I said, Ice Cube language for the situation is wrong. Now, I ain't saying Ice gay or in the closet, but who know how they done him out there in Hollywood? Who know? I clowned him real good about Jerry Heller running up in him, had him on the casting couch and all this other stuff. But they just jokes. And we all assume Ice Cube man enough and big enough and skin thick enough to take what I'm putting on him. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, him being just moving into, now, you know, we gonna assume Ice Cube been paid the last 20 years, right? You know, the movies show us him moving into the mansion, right? And so now they put on the internet, I wasn't even looking for, you know, they put on the internet, Ice Cube moves into Jean-Claude Van Damme's old house, right? So Ice Cube living Jean-Claude Van Damme house, got a movie theater and some other things. The old man, his old house I'm under the assumption his money is right and exact and flowing proper where he could still own his old mansion and still be paying or bought this new mansion, right? That's where I think Ice Cube financial level is, right? And so, you know, he come through, and so knowing that he just bought Jean-Claude Van Damme old mansion, and to be in the D with the big three in my neighborhood talking about this to slums, I think that's very disrespectful. He trying to put me down for some reason. I ain't done nothing to him. Now, I took him off my IG, and I had respect for Ice Cube. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, and he started talking shit to me. And then, you know, probably because, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith is my auntie, right? And, you know, I'm cool with her husband. And, I guess he had a problem with that. You know, and I guess he had a problem with that. And, you know, he has some negative, nasty things to say about them. Now, they probably worked it out. They was on Zoom or something, but, you know, I'm not finna bow down to no motherfucker, you know, 52, 54 years old, still wearing Chuck Taylors, thinking he a G or some shit. And scared to put on some clothes because he think he in the street living, or thinking he a street dude living in Jean-Claude Van Damme old house that has enough money to buy that. You see what I'm saying? So Ice Cube ain't phasing. You keep all that slump talk, player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you roll down the window and say, "Hey, Lewis, you need to step your game up." Leave a bag of money, big time. And I step my game. I buy these houses, put some work in, put some people in them. But, you know, him talking about some shit ain't shit. I don't live in California or New York. You know, these is entertainment industry states where, like, Michigan is the automotive capital. California is the movie capital. New York can be considered the music industry capital. You know, with headquarters or offices in California. You see what I'm saying? Don't live in Georgia where it's a music industry, a thriving music industry and movie industry there, a thriving. Nothing thrives in Michigan but automotive. Nothing. So, you know, if you work in that industry in Michigan, your money, your financial support gonna come from somebody, the street or outside sources or people that's working some kind of way for the automotive industry. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that easy. You know, I can't go to East West Records or Interscope and then go home. Now I can't shop a demo. I got to get on the plane, you know, have a place to lay my head. You know, I got to produce the demo. See what I'm saying? And then I got to, and so, Michigan is a different industry. Donald Trump said he ain't lying. Before he left office, he said living in Michigan is like living in a prison. He said, y'all in prison, that's real to me. You know, because that's a real statement from a real billionaire, somebody that got a life. Mitt Romney, a Republican, said the same thing. He said, no, middle class, real middle class, started $330,000 to $2 million. Real middle class. My parents always believed, and our neighbors believed, middle class was making 40 to 50, maybe $60,000 a year. That's what they thought middle class was. You know, Mitt Romney, when he was running, said, no, real middle class. And you know, he talked to Michigan is really 300,000 to 2 million. That's real middle class. I say, wow, his father used to be the governor of Michigan. And so, you know, he grew up wealthy. And this is what they taught him. And that's true, because $50,000 is very little money. You know, you can't save money for your retirement, take a vacation, maintain your home, all on $50,000. You can't do it. But with $300,000, you can. But with, you know, and $50,000 keep you at a low credit score if you're trying to get credit. So it's it ain't number 25,000 times 2. $50,000 a year, $40,000 a year. Now, $35,000 a year is not a lot of money. That is not middle class. So for people at IceCoon that made all this money to go out his way, to drive through where I'm living at night, say I'm in the slum, I take offense to that. You know what I'm saying? Hop your little short ass out and say that shit to my face, Ice-Coon. So, and I wasn't even going to do this. I was just going to talk about having intelligence over emotion, which I try to practice, which I strive to practice. Cause, you know, I'm kind of big, about 6 feet, 6'1" with shoes, black. You know, I don't smile all the time. And, you know, somebody called police on me just how I wear black. Somebody called the police on me just out of fear. So I try to use intelligence over emotion. You understand? I try to speak clear and proper, like I have some intelligence. You understand? So, you know, man, this man, you know, but, you know, he feels some way. IceCoon really know who I'm is, for real. And them people that's littering in that whole area, y'all need to stop for real. Get a lot, man. I seen somebody throw some trash out the other day. I'm looking like, wow, my bad. I didn't know nobody. I say I'm driving down 39 again, going home, motherfucker, throw some shit out there. I'm like, wow, this what y'all think of y'all city? Wow, that is so down to be a litter bug, man. That is really down. Chief Craig, the mayor, need to address that shit and need to clean it up and let people know they clean it up and they enforcing litter. You know, I see signs in other states and cities on roadways, litter $1,500 fine, litter $1,000 fine, litter a $500 ticket. You know, this will fund the cleanup. So, you know, man, we got some down people in power, man. And, you know, Detroit can be just as clean, just as good as any other city if police step their game up, know how to handle the criminals over the law-abiding citizens and residents. You see what I'm saying? And the mayor need to step his ass out of his house and you know, and so that house, so where he live is in Sherwood Forest. That's a mile away from where I used to live. You know, my godparents used to live in the mayor's new neighborhood. Now they done moved on, you know. But so he don't live nowhere, you know. He live in the city of Detroit, you know, which is a requirement. You know, they got rid of the Manugan mansion. And so, you know, he funded, I think he funded his own living, which is okay. But you know, he need to get in his car if he was real, you know, and ride around and have people write down what the fuck he gonna do to clean up this motherfucker. The Davidson off 75, what was it, westbound and eastbound. Under that bridge is so damn, the litter collects. He said it collects and it makes the city look bad, and they need to constantly, like when they cut the grass, You know, they just cut the trash too. I'm like, wow, when you cut grass, like, you don't cut your grass at home like this. You pick up the litter. You see what I'm saying? I was recommending you could get inmates, non-violent offenders, to pick up the litter to reduce their sins and reduce their fines. You know, you can put them to work for the city. I see in other states chain gangs, inmates on the freeway cleaning it up, cutting the grass. California get inmates to help fight the wildfires. Michigan, Detroit, Michigan do the same thing to help at least keep the city clean. See what I'm saying? They could use that. So all I'm saying, man. You know, y'all see this video for Ice-Coon, tell him, dog, don't live in no slums. You know, and I'm gonna be the king. I'm King Louis is Allah, no matter where I live or how I live. You know, you live in Jean-Claude Van Damme house and you still a little Papa Smurf punk motherfucker. You know, you still a coon. You see what I'm saying? You still a coon. And so when I call Ice Cube a sellout, right? Like, he done sold out. So that means he sold out what he, like himself and his followers, his people, his fans, his audience, when he stopped making movies like Boys in the Hood and started making comedies. You know, we gonna accept Friday, right? Because that's neighborhood. But when he started doing Jerry Lewis, or it was Jerry Lewis remakes, I think, Are We There Yet? Are We Done Yet? Is a Jerry Lewis, the child muscle dystrophy, whatever, child telethon dude, Jerry Lewis, he made them movies first, and Ice Cube redid them. And when he started doing things like 21 Jump Street, you know, tearing that TV franchise up, and he started doing Biker Boys and all that coon shit. You see what I'm saying? He sold out, you know, the real content of Boys in the Hood and Dangerous Ground. You know, he didn't produce a Rampart, so, you know, we can't give him credit for that, but he ain't made nothing worthwhile. You know, what he trying to make you laugh with coonism and buffoonery. You know, you can please look up cooning, you know, the Urban Dictionary, and buffoon, you know, somebody that try to use comedy, humor to get a laugh. You know what I'm saying? Extreme comedy. So he doing ignorant things to get a laugh, to distract you from that NWA message that he come into the game with. And so he sold that. So he has left that alone. And so he sold out for the money. He got make good money enough to buy 2 mansions to deliver us, his audience, some coon shit now. You see what I'm saying? That's some coon shit. Barbershop is some coon shit. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all I'm saying. But, you know, I give barbershop a bad. Maybe that motivate brothers to get their own barbershop. But I'm talking about that 21, 22 Jump Street. It's coon shit. That motorcycle movie, coon shit. That ride along is definitely some coon shit. You know, he go from fuck the police to want to play police. That's for some money. So he sold out that whole fuck the police. But then he gonna tell you, listen to my music when I talk about Black Lives Matter. It's not chit chatter. But you know, that's something that the white man put out. You know, you ain't independently put that out. You know, he trying to go from, so that's a studio gangster. You know, somebody that's playing a coon, playing a cop, a coon cop, a comedy coon cop, telling you this, and all for money being paid by the white man. So y'all can't tell me IceCoon ain't sold out. So I'm about to go ahead and take care. I wasn't even going to do this today, but I'm trying to have intelligence over emotion. So, you know, I told you he lived in Jean-Claude Van Damme house. So I'm out. Peace.